Hey guys, what's up? Amir Reiter here with another episode of the Transform Sales Podcast. This is our sales software demo series. What's up, guys? Michael and Graem, thank you for joining us today from Potion.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. How's it going?
Doing great.
Yeah, very excited. Thank you.
Doing great. Yeah, thanks for making this happen so fast. I know you guys have built an awesome product that helps a lot of buyers, but actually definitely helps sales agencies. So it's good timing for our Sales Agency Growth Summit because we want to help sales agencies grow in 2023 and beyond. Before we jump into it, love a quick background. Who are you guys? How'd you land the job with Potion? Why are you guys here?
Who are we? $1 million question.
Who are you?
My name is Michael Hanna, and I'm the first hire at Potion. So technically part of the founding team. So I have a background of a lot of sort of sales endeavors. I founded my own company before this, which got sold. And basically the same day I pinged the founders, not knowing they were getting started with Potion. It all worked out great. I kind of started that same week. So all good so far.
Yeah, and then from my side, I was actually a Potion customer originally. So I've been kind of in the software sales space for a little while, running SDR teams and SDR account executive at a few different organizations. And I heard about Potion on a podcast in November 2021. Really buggy, not very good then. But I gave it a crack. And then after a year of using it with my team, I reached out to Andrew, Michael, and decided to jump on board. So it's kind of my journey to Potion.
Yeah. Awesome. So you guys are both experts at generating meetings, right? I guess that's the core here. I got the chance to meet Andrew, I think back in San Francisco in 2017 or 18 when I was first started CloudTask, and I was networking more in San Francisco by just visiting for 2 weeks than most people did that lived in San Francisco. So I got to meet Andrew, cool dude, come full circle. You guys have built an awesome product, but before we get into that, why don't you tell everybody what is Potion, right? Like what is Potion? Let's get the cat out of the bag.
Let's do it. Yeah. So Potion is basically a video tool, but it is a video tool at scale. So instead of having to record back-to-back one-to-one videos for anyone who's trying to better communicate with their prospect, with their market, with their client, they can pre-record a video and we automate that personalization for you. So we customize the face and voice to greet each person at scale. And then you can also customize the background as well. So if you want to put the prospect's homepage, for example, if that's what you're doing, trying to approach new people with cold email, you can do that. If it is an account executive role, you can have frequently asked questions, objections, ready to go, pre-recorded. So long story short, it's video, way easier at scale.
Well, let's get to this before we jump into the demo, which we'll do. What problems do you fix, right? Because I think a lot of us are hearing about video, right, and video technology has been around for a while. But specifically, if you would name the problem, like what is the main problem that you guys fix?
The main thing that we fix is time and scalability. Sorry, I know, Graeme, you're going to jump in. I'm sure you have an eloquent response.
Yeah, and that's one of the things where it's like, it really comes down to who are you, right? So if you're an SDR manager, that's a very different answer than if you're a BDR, SDR, or sales rep, right? And so for sales reps, like the main thing that we're solving for really is sort of providing a repeatable way to kind of get to quota, ultimately through including video in your emails in a way that doesn't take up all of your time to actually be prospecting, cold calling, all that kind of stuff. As an SDR manager, the value proposition is very different because at the end of the day, it's like, yes, about doing that for your reps, but it also gives you the option to QA the videos. So if we're talking about this from like an agency perspective, you're managing lots of different clients, right? Like it lets your client actually approve the message and say like, yes, this looks good. And then ensure that it's delivered consistently every time, right? So from the SDR manager perspective, it's a lot more than just doing video at scale. It's about also sort of covering your own butt.
I love your persona answer. Super clear. Give me one more persona. How does it help you if you're an agency owner?
If you're an agency owner, so we see this a ton. So basically, we actually have a new product we built just for agencies. So if you have clients that you want to represent and you're managing their emails, you record your video on their behalf, pretending you work for them, and you add that into your email sequence as if you're recording those videos one-to-one. So
I don't want to spoil the demo, right? I love the answers, and like for me, I know Potion, right? And I would say that it helps companies generate B2B leads faster, cheaper, more efficiently. That would be my definition of it. And everyone's gonna get to see that when you do the demo. But Graeme, awesome job putting your hat on different personas. That was a great answer. And Michael, how do you guys differentiate from your competitors, if there are, right? I think a lot of people are familiar with the Vidyards of the world and other companies. I know that you guys are not like them. How do you guys differentiate?
We are a little bit like them in the fact that we do that one-to-one recording, so that is there for people if they want to use it. But the big differentiator is exactly, I didn't want to kind of steal your catchphrase there of smarter, faster, more efficient, but that's exactly the idea. So it's basically you record your one video, you add it at scale, you can automate how that's sent as well. So you're basically, your team not only can have video everywhere at volume where they're not recording back to back, they can also go and focus their time on other efforts and other channels in that omni-channel approach. So the differentiator is the scalability.
So there's a lot of video companies out there, but you guys differentiate because you do personalization at scale.
Correct.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about your best buyers. You had to pick one: software,
probably
service, or sales agencies. You could only pick one.
If I could only pick one, I'd say they're growing at almost the exact same rate, but I'd say for the purpose of this call, definitely sales agencies. No, I would say sales agencies. The reason being, we have a great conversation.
It's a trick question, though. Sales agencies are typically making B2B lead gen meetings for software companies, so you get both in one answer.
It's a twofer. Yeah, for us, the thing that's good is we get a good partnership with someone. They like it, they understand how it works, and then they expand on their own, and they make profits on their side, and everyone's happy.
Well, let's not keep everybody waiting. How do you guys feel about sharing your screen and giving a general overview of how Potion generates B2B meetings cheaper, faster, and more efficiently? Don't let me down because I'm vouching for you guys. So, but no, I've seen your product. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, very happy to jump straight in. Cool. So yeah, I'll just run through it. It is a relatively simple. I know we've kind of talked ad nauseum about it, but it is a relatively simple tool. Basically, we also make ourselves look a little bit like those other kind of video one-to-one tools that people may be familiar with. Every time we get a new client, we can customize everything on effectively this landing page. So to start at the end, this is where a prospect would view their video. Everything you're seeing here, you can customize for yourself to make it look totally rebranded. Logo, white space, branding colors, but also the C name up here. So Send Potion's not mentioned anywhere at all. It's going to look like it's your company, your agency, your brand that's sending out. Or if you're representing someone else, under that seat, you can rebrand it for them. So not only is it to look nice and clean, but also this does a big number on deliverability. It looks like.
Can I ask one question, interject? Would you also say that from either from a company standpoint that's a software company or a sales agency hired on the behalf of a company, that this also targets the problem of operationally getting an account up quickly, where this is almost creating a digital landing page where you might work with a client that doesn't have clear language, doesn't have a clear language page, and you're able to be like, here's the offer right on a page. It's kind of like making almost a digital asset.
100%. And Graem talks a lot about this whenever he's kind of talking to new clients about this visual asset to the end user. It's anything that you're almost struggling to get across, or you're having to send multiple emails around or jump on calls about, you can have a clear, concise message. So that's typically either at the very beginning of the sales cycle or further down when you're actually trying to get to the nuts and bolts of it. But for both sides, it just gets that message across much more clearly. If you are with a client that's not totally defined or the website's a mess, you can just clearly get to the point. This is what I'm talking about.
Let's be real. 99% of buyers' websites are a mess, and they're a mess when they don't outsource their sales, and when they outsource their sales, it's typically more of a mess because they outsource their problem of not being able to generate qualified meetings, and they typically have. I've worked with companies that were trying to push voice over IP, and then I go to their website and it says managed service provider. We take care of your servers. It says like one blog about. I'm like, oh my god, since with this website. How could you be competing against a Ring Central or Grasshopper? So it's like, because I see so many things, but I see this as something that's faster, cheaper, more efficient way of booking those meetings, but also kind of giving people a digital asset really fast, right?
Digital asset 100%, but also even when you're kind of targeting different markets, right? So they might have a couple piece of information on the website, but it's a list of 15 things that they do. When you're approaching a certain group, you might want to really hone down on one specific area, so you can have that message nice and cleanly. The real value that we see is that we make all of your automated messaging feel like it's one-to-one. So
that's what we're going to see, right? Or you can get into that.
That's what you're going to see, but we get that one-to-one, but you can then also create that asset at scale, to your point. So that's really the idea, is combining those two, that human feeling, personalization, but also clarity and communication in terms of this is who we are, this is why I'm getting in touch in the first place. And yeah, just to show you an example.
We're not able to hear it here, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. It depends on the viewing screen, but or the sort of the software. But effectively, yeah, I'm saying this person's first name. I'm sharing this person's website, so it looks like a human has spent time making this message. People are really used to automated text emails going out, and they are really happy to just put them in the bin because they know that those are automatically sent from a machine. They don't really feel that kind of guilt.
Yeah, for anybody watching this, I'm going to link the sound bite to the comments so that you could hear it. But essentially what you're doing is almost deep faking a personalized voice. So it's like, hey, John, hey, Mike, hey, Tim, hey, Brian, without you actually having to take the time to do them one-on-one. So you can basically, mass message, email, LinkedIn with all personalization, because it's the data's out. Personalized messages have higher meeting rates, but they take a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if people were to hear that, they would just hear your voice say like, "Hey, John, hey, Mike, hey, Amir," right?
Exactly. Yeah. And if you sorry,
Amir,
go ahead.
Yeah, Amir, I don't want to give myself too much homework here, but if anybody wants to send me or send their email address through, like we can get a video personalized for them over to them. More than happy to do that. So, we're not just sending through, the best possible example, but instead you're seeing the product in use. More than happy to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, the idea as well is you're getting your point across. You can direct them to this call to action, which you can customize. You can direct them to your calendar directly. We do see a lot of automation of the booking as well. So you're not saying, get back to me with the time, get back to me with a question, and kind of creating more work for yourself. You're saying something clear. And if it is the right person that you're approaching and you're kind of doing everything you need to do as an agency, that calendar is right there and you're giving them enough to go on that they are interested and they want to get that call.
Can people quickly put like their HubSpot calendar, their Calendly calendar, right? This is like a plug and play thing. Basically.
Literally, you go to the video. Per video, you can customize HubSpot, Calendly, Chili Piper, whatever you want, and then customize the title of your call to action as well as the link that you're adding there. So what we're doing is this is just a demo account, but we have our deliverability here. So if you click on that, you get a pitch slide that comes up with a test that we ran with 100 emails across 3 different threads. The second having no video and the other 2 having video. And then you can see the differences here in terms of clicks and engagement.
Awesome.
And again, here, what we've built. So it's the same content, but we've built this to be they're engaging with the video and booking directly there. That's the goal. So we're looking for clicks rather than replies here.
Makes sense.
You will.
One thing that comes to mind is that I also feel that a lot of SDRs do a crazy amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
And then companies are only set to kind of measure them responding directly to that SDR, booking directly. But like, I would bet you 70% of meetings just go to the website and book directly, and then they don't get credit. So this is giving them a faster, easy way to book where you're not really mixing attribution, right? Like where marketing is a bit like that came in through SEO or marketing, but it really came in through a video. So it's a way of not only getting a personalized message out, but getting them to convert on that SQL meeting right there and then there, right?
100%. Yeah. And that calendar can be tracked per person for sure.
Are you able to put also like a form where if somebody doesn't want to become an SQL, it can maybe be like a meeting if they're interested, or become an MQL and download something?
Yep. So a couple different options. This is an iframe. So whatever link you want to put, if that is a form, it can be a calendar and then a form to book if you'd like. You can also turn these on or off. So something we've been seeing people do recently is they have their video where they're briefly explaining and it's customized, and then they point them to the button only. So there's no calendar showing. Then this button will be a more detailed walkthrough of a feature or a product. And then at the end, it'll be like, and here's my calendar. So you're actually getting sort of like multiple steps of buy-in with the person who's viewing. So by the end, they feel like they've had almost a full conversation, and they're definitely sure they want to book with you.
Well, look, anybody watching this, the voice is a big part of this. A little bit of fail on my end because I never shared the voice on a StreamYard podcast. But what you would hear would be that, hi John, hi Mike, hi Tim, which is basically personalization. Does it also personalize any kind of like, how does it personalize the video? Is it their website, their landing page, or LinkedIn page? What are people seeing that receive this? Because we could transmit the fact that it's going to say, hey John, hey Mike, hi Tim. But what else is happening?
So basically, as you add your prospects in, it's first name, email, and then background URL. So if I do some fancy customization in here and here as well, So basically, this is all the information we need. You can upload this with a CSV. Whatever is in this cell, Potion will go to that website, record the scrolling screen, and generate it for you. So any public URL is going to work. I always suggest for a first-time user, put the prospect's homepage. If you have a pitch slide for yourself, if you have your own website, if you have a certain page on your site. Another client of ours over here did put up a PowerPoint recording, for example. So there's no, I'll turn the sound off, but basically as she's speaking, that PowerPoint slide is scrolling in the background. So you can see that moves nice and smoothly. So you can, it's really up to you, and we can help curate how you want to do that with your approach.
So let's do a recap, right? Because I think everybody knows that like video became a big thing, right? And then SDRs would take the time to record a video. They'd be like, hey, John, I've been on your website. They'd share the screen, right? And that could take 15 to 20 minutes per SDR, right?
Yeah.
Per video. Yeah.
Looking at 5 minutes a pop, and you have 500 prospects, that's 45 hours of recording.
So it becomes, so that technique is effective at generating B2B leads and meetings and SQLs, but at the rate of a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 SDR, it becomes financially not sound, right?
Most definitely.
And then Potion comes in and says, you don't need an $80,000 SDR. You need to record the names, right? So if you take 1,000, how many different names are there? You got a list of 10,000 people, might be 600 name variations, right? You recorded the name once, right? And then it will automate sending the email or LinkedIn message with the personalization of the name or the website or a deck or whatever you want to show them.
Yep.
Effectively taking a process that worked, but not at scale, and making it work at scale.
Completely
Just
correct.
like Uber taking away the drivers, and now they're making $2 billion a year. Right?
So that's the plan, yeah.
One thing I actually want to point out too, that's like an additional point of personalization at a critical point in the actual like process of delivering that video is in the email itself, where you have a GIF and people can see, you know, that you've recorded a video for them. We're also adding personalization into that step that's up front. So you don't have to click on the video to see that it's something specific for you, Amir. You see, hey, Amir, directly in the subtitles, like you can see here. And then
you click it and you hear the voice and you're like, all right, this guy actually took the time.
Exactly.
Precisely. Yeah. And so, you know, if you're recording today in Loom or something like that, you might have it in the title, right? You might go and type in like video for Amir or whatever. But, you know, it's yet another step. Whereas with Potion, all that's happening automatically, and you're getting it up front in an obvious place that, you know, quite frankly, like you see this looks like closed caption subtitles. Like it's very clear to you without even watching it that we're saying your name because of the way that it's displayed. And so you're going to boost your basically conversion rates from email open to email clicked and video watched, right? So kind of driving people through that behavior that you need by like showcasing the personalization up front. Not just requiring people to like click through to the landing page to see it.
Yeah, look, I love this because I understand it, right? It's like this works, video works. What doesn't work is the time and cost involved in doing it. So what did you guys do? You took away the time and cost of doing it.
And to walk through those steps as well. Sorry, did it cut out a little bit? Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we're all good, Mike.
Okay, sorry, yeah. So just in terms of the steps, you record your video, you add your prospect list, and you add your names. We're talking about 500 videos taking about 45 hours if it was one-to-one. For us, when you very first start recording and get started, it would maybe take you 30 minutes to do that. Once you've done the first 500, the next 500 will be about 20, then 10, then 5, then it's almost all automated for you. So the time gain is exponential from when you start. Once you've done that, you just click on share your video if you're doing an email, and then you just grab the snippet of the tool that you're using. So I'm using Outreach, so we got a couple here. I'm using Outreach, so I'll grab that. I go into my email sequence, go to the email step that I want to add this to, and I'm just going to hit paste, and that's it. This is going to pop up with my template for me, and then every time this email sends out, it will update and customize to that person. So you're just doing this once, and it's actually saving time on the sending side as well.
So this is the mass automation with personalization at scale. Real simple.
So, and just to show you the mechanics, we're actually adding just this snippet, which includes an email variable. So effectively, that's the identifying information. You obviously have it because you're sending them an email. So whenever Potion creates a video, it creates a web page for it. As this information populates, it speaks to each other, pulls the customization, and sends it out for you.
And what else do you guys work with? Do you work with HubSpot, Apollo, Outreach you mentioned? What are the technologies that you guys work with?
So yeah, these are just the one-click solutions. Basically, any emailing tool that you have will just slap the button in for you. So basically, if you look at HubSpot, Outreach, SalesLoft, Apollo, Instantly, Limitless, Go High Level, and it keeps going. So
does this work with LinkedIn as well or email?
It does work with LinkedIn. So this is the email process. Because it's an email, we need to bring that media with us, i.e. the GIF. If it is LinkedIn, all we're actually sending here, when the email gets sent out, it's just going to be this link here. So let me just show you that. So this is what we're actually sending. So it'll be the first part here is the link to your video specifically, and that would be your company name here, no mention of Potion. And the second part is going to be that custom identifier. So we're just bringing those two things together. So with an email, we need to bring the media with us. If it's WhatsApp, iMessage, LinkedIn, you just send this link through and it will preview that GIF in a nice, clean way. And I think I've got one to my colleague here. Yeah, so this is Chuck that I work with. I've sent this message through, I've automated it, and then it'll preview that GIF in the same way. And you'll actually see even a little bit more cleanness with that title, as well as that URL, which will also be your company name.
Awesome. So when I think about my first question about who your best buyers are,
yeah,
there are also companies that have adopted video prospecting and know it works, but just it's too costly, so they want to increase efficiency at a lower cost, right? And then it's a great option for people that have not incorporated video prospecting and can skip the legacy models and go right to the 2.0 model that you fixed all the problems with the big guys that came out.
That's the idea.
Sometimes it's better to be third, fourth, fifth in the market, right? Because you can see all the mistakes and just fix them. So this is what you guys did.
That's the plan. And if you do kick around with the tool, you'll see that it's one clean process done really smoothly. So it's just built to do this function really well and really tightly.
Awesome. Well, guys, look, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to put all the links into the comments below when we post the podcast live, so that you guys can check out Potion. You can hear the sound, right? Which I'll tell you, it says, "Hi, John. Hi, Mike. Hi, Tim." So just to cut the teaser of what you're going to hear. You're going to hear a personalized message at scale. I saw it. I heard it. And then we're going to make a lot of training and materials for sales agencies, because we kind of really want to help those people. And I know that your company has some sales agency experience, so you know that sometimes it's a difference between 5 and 10 meetings is the difference between a happy growing customer and not, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Potion and I'm going to run an experiment of my own, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to share the test drive with the whole community, and I'm going to get under the hood myself and take it for a drive and be real with everybody and say, this is my campaign. This is what I planned on getting results. This is what happened. And ideally people will see the truth, whether Potion is the legit Potion or the other kind of Potion. I don't know what that is.
We hope we're Potion. And actually, yeah, by the time people are watching this too, we have a new product for agencies specifically that I mentioned before. So effectively, if you start getting multiple clients, they're all living under your one page so you're admin, and you can go into each different account. It'll each have their own CNAME set up, their own branding. And as you record your videos, all those names are already in there. So effectively, to onboard an entirely new client, get an entirely new account with a new revenue stream, the work is done and you're just recording the base video. So it really is just like a no-brainer.
Now I get it. While you guys are reaching out, you saw the Sales Agency Growth Summit. You guys knew that you had something that was magical for the agencies to help them generate more money faster, cheaper, more efficient. And that's why I rushed to get you guys on here, because I think I saw the same thing, right? And I think I've been an agency owner too, and I saw what kind of weapon you guys could be for sales agencies and obviously end users all the same. I'd like to thank both you guys for coming today and being on this episode. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to show us around, and I hope that everybody watching this found this useful and helpful. And I encourage you guys to watch the test run, because that's gonna be the fun part. Because I look at this and I just want to make some meetings. I'm an SDR at heart. Graem would be a great AE. He'd close every deal. He's a smart guy. I like that. You guys have been great. Appreciate you joining, and I'll let you guys go so you guys can make more meetings, help more people, man.
Appreciate it. Pleasure, man.